Hi, welcome back or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Laura. Hi, hello, welcome. Today I just thought it would be fun to do like a get ready with me. I actually just saw Katarina do this video. I will have her video linked down below. I am filming this on November 21st, so it's going to go up probably in a couple weeks, so there is that. But I thought it would be interesting to go through like my thoughts for my 2021 project pans, what my thought on panning and stuff right now is. Really, I have like a couple talking points, but I want to do my makeup at the same time. So I'm not going to talk about the products. I will have them listed up here, as well as they'll all be down in the description box as well. Yeah. So the first thing first I'm going to just say I'm going to mix two products, or three really, because I'm mixing this guy with it. So we're just going to mix some of these together. I'm really trying to get more use out of my color bases that I have. So I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you all are staying healthy and safe to the best of your ability. I know it's a really trying time right now. So just do what you need to do to maintain a good mental health balance. If it means, I don't condone impulse shopping or shopping just to fill a void, so to speak. But, I definitely feel like I did a little bit of shopping recently, not a lot. November is my birthday month, so it's at the very beginning of the month, but I didn't really make any decisions on like beauty purchases until the very end of the month. I mean, we're at the 21st, so take with like at the end of the month how you will. So I guess the first thing I kind of want to talk about is I have a really hard time with maintaining a love of my whole, like showing love across my whole collection versus focusing in on my project pans. So this year is the first full year that I did a full year-long project pan. Previously, before starting my channel, I had really only been like panning or using up my makeup. I would do it here and there kind of thing, just like organically, but it was really at the last half of 2019 that I found the panning community, and I understood you actually should be using your makeup. It just seems like a wild concept that people would think that you don't want to use your makeup, but I definitely was in that mindset before. And finding project panning, I have found myself only focusing on the products that I want to use up, and therefore a lot of my products were getting neglected. So I would just not reach for certain things, or I just wouldn't use them, which is so not the point of what I feel like it means to be a project panner or just panning your makeup in general. I really want to next year try to focus on rotating my stash more and spreading love across products throughout my collection, and not just hyper focusing in on the items that I am currently trying to use up or hit pan in. So I think I don't know if it's interesting to see those like project 10 uses or project X amount of uses or things like that. Maybe I can do something like a gram based project pan where I just try to use a gram of product on each product that is in that project. I think that might be a good way, because that way I can still like see a decline of product, and a gram is going to look different across a lot of products. So like a gram of loose eyeshadow is going to look so different than a gram of like a liquid. And I mean, in theory, it is the same amount of product, but it's just how long it actually takes to use that much up. And depending on how quickly I meet those goals, maybe I can change it to like 2 or 5 grams, like just whatever it kind of makes sense to be. Like for instance, my setting spray, I go through about 10 grams a month, it seems like. So something like that, I feel like a usage would be much different, or maybe I would just try to continue to pan some of those items. I don't know. It's just, I'm looking for ways to spread love throughout my entire collection in a way that makes sense, in a way that is doable. So that's kind of my first thought. So I've thought about the whole collection project pan thing. I've thought about the usage projects, but I'm not entirely sure which one makes the most sense for me. So let me know if you're doing any of those projects, how you like them, what things you like about them, what you don't like about them, because I feel like that is also very important. If there's any items or reasons why you're feeling unsuccessful in some of those projects, I would love to know. But that kind of segues into my next topic, which is my year-long project pan. So I feel like I'm going to run out of talking points fairly quickly. But so I've been trying to think of ideas on what I want to do for next year's project. I kind of wanted to maybe make my own project, my own rules kind of thing, and I am. So for 2021, my year-long project is going to be focused on I made a hashtag and I posted it on my Instagram, so if you've seen it in my stories, and I have a highlight there on my page. But I want to do something called like Ditch the Discontinued, because I know I fall into the trap of, if something is limited edition, discontinued, and I can't get my hands on it anymore, I stop using it for fear of running out of it, which is super silly in my opinion. I don't know why I do that, but I do. So I really want to next year focus on some of those products that I put away because I don't want to use them. One of them would totally be the Subculture palette, because I mean, it's a discontinued palette now, and it's a color story that I love. If I didn't have other things that were extremely similar basic dupes of this in my collection, I probably would just tuck this into the back corner of my palette drawer and then just never reach for it, in all honesty. I know I look absolutely crazy with the amount of fallout. So, but yeah, it's just wild to think that I put these things that I truly love and enjoy, and I just tuck them away for another day, another use, because I don't want to run out of them. Which, I mean, the entire purpose of makeup is to use it. You don't buy it to just, I mean maybe you do. I can't speak for everyone, but I don't buy makeup just to like sit and look at. I buy makeup to use it, play with it, think of creative ways I can throw colors on my eyes, on my face, and enjoy the look that I'm using. So I've realized I have a decent amount of things that were either limited edition or discontinued in some capacity, and I want to do a project on that. And it's not going to be super, it has really, really lax rules. I mean, you don't have to tell me you want to join, you can just join. So that's kind of like my first thought, is I want to do something with my discontinued items. I don't think I would do like a huge, humongous project, especially because I am doing the Panda palette. I'm still planning on doing a lot of the projects that I've been doing this year, but I'm planning on still doing a lot of the projects that I was doing this year, and I will talk about that in a second. But I'm thinking maybe I can just do a hybrid update, because I kind of want to do like Partners in Cream And I feel like those videos in themselves, if I only pick like 5 products for each of them for a year long, I feel like combining the updates makes sense. I can definitely see myself filming a few more like look inspired things, maybe just my thoughts on releases and everything, which I've kind of been doing, but I kind of want to just play around with the content of my channel a little more. Not saying that I'm going to be taking a step back from Project Pan, because I think I have a large collection that needs to get a little better handle on. I will never be the minimalist. I will never be someone that just has a few items. I feel like I will always have a decent sized collection, but I want to get love, and especially some of the products that I love and I don't use enough. That's kind of my focus right now, is showing some of those products that, like this, that don't get enough use because I have too much to really focus on one thing. So that is kind of my thought for year-long Project Pan. I'm thinking of, 1, my own project, and 2, partners in cream. Man, there is not a lot of product in this. So I would love to know what projects you guys are interested in. I'm interested in how, if you do Project Pan and you have a collection, I know I've posted a couple inventory videos. If you have a collection similar size, bigger, smaller, and you feel like you get a good handle rotating your stash, let me know how you manage it. I know in the past couple months, I have done a lot better of trying to use the items that I'm actually rotating into my Shop My Stash for the month. And that's because I keep, I have like my talking points here, but I'll keep it's a bullet journal that I have. I keep a bullet journal, and then I make goals for all of the items that I bring in. So whether that is I want to use an item 2 times, sometimes I just want to use an item once. Honestly, I feel like I have a successful Shop My Stash if I use every item just at least 1 time. Obviously, I would love to use my items in my collection more than once a month, or in some cases these are like once a year, because I have too much. I am planning on spacing out my projects better next year than I feel like I did this year. I feel like I really feel like I overloaded myself with project pans this year. I just kind of wanted to join in as many as I can, because I find a sense of camaraderie, and when other people are doing projects, the same projects that you are, I feel like you have a sense of community. So with spending more time on YouTube than Instagram, having people do the same projects that you do and watching them do the same projects that you do, I feel like that is more inspiring. Now, there's definitely people on Instagram that I do follow that I love their progress, and they do a lot of the same projects that I do, and I love looking at the progress. There is something extremely satisfying about looking at the progress pictures of the pans going down, especially like month to month and everything. There's just something wildly exciting and satisfying about it. I'm sure, I mean, maybe you don't know because I've only done 1 video so far, but I am doing Pan That Palette this coming year. So I started in October. I am planning on doing quarterly updates, so every 3 months do an update. So in January I should have another update. So I am planning on doing Pan That Palette, and that might lead anyone to wonder about my Pan Those eyeshadows. And yes, I am planning on doing a Pan Those eyeshadow series still. I find that series just so entertaining to do myself, to watch. It's one of my favorite project pans to watch. That and any of the like roulette pan collabs. So I'm planning on doing the Pan Those eyeshadows. That's my favorite like it's like a collab because so many people are doing it, but it's not a collab because you really are just doing something totally on your own. Everyone has their own rules and interpretations on the way that they want to do it, which I think is beautiful. So I am planning on doing that, but I am planning on I'm planning on limiting the number of products that I roll in. So this year I did 6, which is a lot of eyeshadows, especially when you roll a lot of matte shades in like I did. I think last month, 2 months ago, I had all mattes for 2 months. It's hard. It's very hard, especially I am essentially panning an all matte palette. I want to focus in on some of the shimmer shades that I have in my collection. So I think next year, I've already started to do like my eyeshadow inventory. Really roughly, I've done all of my single depotted shades. I've categorized them already in a new spreadsheet. I think I am someone that likes to create a new spreadsheet for each year. That way nothing is muddied and it's just everything is the most up to date that it will be come January, so to speak. So I am currently in the process of categorizing all of my eyeshadows, and I think what I am going to do is I've already started to do this in the ones that I've already done. I am trying to do color family and finish. So I think next year I am only going to allow myself 1 matte per rotation. If I don't pull any mattes, that's fine, but if I pull mattes, I am only going to allow 1 matte shadow because I need to focus. I need to focus. I want to finish this palette, and that's panning eyeshadows and getting a higher percentage use in my collection is very important. I'm going to set more rigorous usage goals, and I'm going to do it right off the bat. I'm going to do an average of what it takes me to hit pan on the shadows that I've currently hit pan on. I tally the uses on them so I can do a very easy formula to figure out what the average is on me hitting pan on my eyeshadows, and I think that will help me just spread the love in my collection more, get more use out of it. So I'm hoping that I hit the same amount of pans, if not more, next year, but I won't beat myself up with it. So there is that. It won't be super strict. I need to change my battery. Hold please. Okay, I don't know where I left off because I had to change my battery out, and I have the attention span and memory of a goldfish. I really want to focus in on the Subculture palette, so I might just like eliminate all of the shades that look similar to those tones in the Subculture palette, and then if I pull anything different, that's totally fine. So I'm still kind of up in the air about exactly what I want to do for Subculture or for my pan those eyeshadows, but I am really leaning towards either removing the shades that look similar to the shades that I'm currently trying to use up and finish. But that would lead to some exciting updates, I feel like, and trying to pair a lot of shimmer shades to the tones that are in Subculture, because I feel like Subculture is so deep, dark, and grungy that it would be interesting almost seeing how I would pair some of those deep, dark tones with some of the shimmers I have. What if I get a shimmer or a metallic that's deep, like some of the ones in here, like especially that one, or like panning a blue shimmer shade, like, I don't know. So I think I touched on, I want to do a usage goal for those right up the rip. And again, I'll base that off of the average usage or the average times it takes me to hit pan based on this year. I have such bad cramps right now. My complexion, I feel like, is done, and I just need to do my lower lash line. So let me just, go a little buck wild with the setting spray. That setting spray is so nice. The Hourglass one she is expensive, but she is so beautiful. I cannot get enough of it. That mister is so fine. Not saying you need to spend almost $50 on one setting spray. I think that is like astronomical, but it is a beautiful one. My soul sister, if that is any hint, and I have been talking about possibly doing just like a collab project pan next year where we kind of just are challenging ourselves with some stuff, and it would definitely be an eyeshadow based project pan that we are going to do together. It would be something, again, that we would update like every 3 months. So I'm not gonna drop the details because I think that one is better kept a surprise, but I am definitely interested in more of the collab project pans. I think I don't know if I would do some of the ones that I did this year, but yeah, that's really all my project pan thoughts ideas for next year. I'm really excited to start new fresh projects. Again, let me know what projects you're interested in. Let me know if you're interested in doing like a Ditch the Discontinued with me. It's the beautiful thing about the makeup and beauty world is there's always going to be something out there that's going to catch your eye. There's always going to be something. The new stuff is the stuff that I'm like, ooh, it catches my eye immediately. I'll play with it like crazy and then I just set it aside. So I've tried to break some of those habits this year, but I don't know. Oh gosh, did I just make more fallout? How in the world did I just let that happen? I almost just forgot the best part of an eye look, in my opinion, is the inner corner, and I almost just like totally skipped out on it. That shade from the Saharan 2 palette, because it's one of my favorites to pair. I love pairing this and this together. That's like one of my favorite pairings, because this it looks like just a highlight shade in the pan, but it has such an interesting, like, I hope you can really see, it's like orange and yellow all at the same time. It's just so cool. I never reach for like these kinds of tones normally, but then whenever I do, I'm just like, what have I been doing? Why have I not been wearing like these oranges and like maroons? They're just so, there's something so good about it. I can't wait till we move away from the freaking road. I love this combo. I love this combo so much. This thing just makes your lips look so juicy and delicious, and it has that nice spicy tingle that I keep raving about. Okay, I got a little speck. I don't know if you can see it right there. That's fine. I'm gonna just let it hang out. You're just gonna see it for the rest of the video, and that's fine because we're basically done. Let's just unshield the hair. So now we're done. Thank you for listening to me ramble about like what I want to do next year for my project pans. Let me know again. I know I keep saying it, but let me know what you're interested in doing for any 2021 project pans, any projects this year that you feel like you missed out on, that you feel like you need to do next year. Let me know, because I probably have the same FOMO that you do. I know I really love the project ideas that everyone has been creating lately. It's been so much fun. So I also know that Emily and Max has been saying that she's probably created her best project yet. She like mentioned it in a story a couple weeks ago, and I cannot stop thinking about what it possibly could be. So I'm very excited to know what Emily's planning for next year. But let me know if you're interested in joining in on Ditch the Discontinued. I know I'm super excited about it. I'm planning on having like face complexion, maybe a couple eyeshadows, and then if there's any skincare that I have, maybe that. Probably not, because skincare, I use it so frequently. But let me know what you're planning to do next year, and until my next video, I hope you guys are staying healthy, staying sane, and staying safe, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!